don't know what you want. I got signed off honestly the worst gig I did that year.
Hashtag not all sound men.
Yeah.
Not all sound men.
A lot of DJs are dropping Justin Bieber these days, so I'm
true.
extremely here for it.
She had to sleep with someone before she went on stage. That's a literal ride.
There's all these other amazing jobs, and also if it's a way to get into the business that then allows you to see behind the curtain what actually goes on.
Yeah.
You know, it's always ever evolving.
Oh, shout out Hal. Len Blake. I endorse Hal.
Hello and welcome to How Do You Do, the show where we sit down with experts, comedians, founders and creators and people who've built careers in the very industries we obsess over. And instead of skipping straight to the success story, we start at the beginning, the interesting part. Today we're asking, how do you do music? I'm your host, Alexandra Haddow. I'm a writer, a comedian and a music obsessive, a wannabe musician. I run my own club night called Indie Amnesty. I run my own music podcast called Adam and Alex's Indie Supergroup. Essentially, I wish I was in the music industry. Adam is also a comedian, an ex-musician. Would you say current musician?
I'd say professionally ex, unprofessionally current.
Unprofessionally, you won't give up.
Yeah.
And you do a lot of music in your comedy. You're also, I think you are a musician.
A little bit.
Yeah, you're very music affiliated.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah. But you weren't, crucially, good enough to make
Yeah,
it.
I didn't cut the mustard,
exactly.
which is why I'm here today.
Yeah. We're also joined by Sara Lord. Sara, welcome to the show. You're one of the music industry's leading creative executives.
If that's what it says.
That's what it
yes.
says. That's what it says.
Yeah.
With over 25 years of experience shaping artists' careers, music publishing, creative strategy, Chief Creative Officer at Recognition Music Group and Chair of the Board for the Cat's Mother Network. Mm-hmm. What's that? That sounds exciting.
The Cat's Mother Network is a non-profit organisation to help young women get into the music industry.
Well, that sounds so evil, doesn't it? No, that sounds angelic.
Yes, I know.
It's angelic.
It's a really bad thing that I do. It's the good bit that makes all the business bit make sense.
Nice, good, yeah, amazing. And we're also joined by a musician, Len Blake. Welcome. You're New Zealand-born, London-based. A lovely combination. Indie pop and R&B artist creating emotionally rich music through honest, relatable songwriting. Wow. Very earnest introduction for you there. You're like, can I have that actually for my album? Welcome all. Thank you for coming on today. We're basically going to get to the bottom of how you actually start in the music industry. Adam, I know I said that you're an ex-musician. We'll start with you. But I believed in your band, which were called
Bleached Whale.
Yeah, of course.
Nice.
WAIL.
Oh, I mean, I see what you did there.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
well, no one else did.
An SEO nightmare.
Yeah, probably top tip. Don't name your act something that nobody could spell when they hear it. But yeah, no, I was in a band called Bleached Whale, like an indie band.
Yeah, how did you start? How did you sort of...
Just like kids in a garage, having fun, and then decided to make some music. We were in Stoke and we got into the scene there for a few years and pushed ahead in the indie scene, tried to get our head above the pulpit. Is that what they say?
Very religious group.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the parapet.
We were in the wrong place.
That
Right
is
time,
wrong
wrong
on
place.
so many levels.
Adam was actually a priest when he was in it.
It shouldn't be
Good
considered
evening,
like
St.
that.
Paul's.
Did the mosque circuit away.
Yeah. They didn't like our style. Yeah, Octomonkey's already been and gone. It was sort of too late. I think if we'd hit it back
It was
then.
the name.
Yeah,
It was the name.
exactly.
But it was, kind of we basically got to a point where we got a few deals. I had like a management company and a lawyer, and we had the things around us, but we didn't quite get through it.
And this is a depressing question for me to ask, but how did you market your gigs without social media back in the day? I'm giving away your age here.
Yeah. So it was Scroll, Town Crier.
Horsemen going from
yeah.
village to village.
The band are about to play.
Bleached Whale, WAIL.
I think when I started managing, it was just about going to the same town again and again and again.
Yeah.
And if someone bought one extra person the next time round, that was a win.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
that was. But that's when touring, when there were loads of venues all over the country that you could do that in.
Yeah. So did you start off with managing, Sara?
Yeah, I was a manager for about 20 years first.
And how did you start off in that? It sounds like it was almost like, I mean, obviously you're a music fan. Did you sort of
Yeah, I was making the tea at Sony. I got a temp job for a couple of weeks, and through that I ended up staying there for a while. And I then met a band who was signed to Sony who wanted a manager, and randomly asked me to do it.
Are we allowed to know the band?
Yeah, of course. The band was Reef.
Oh, yeah.
They then released a record about 3 months after I'd been managing. It went to #1. It had absolutely nothing to do with me. But I, of course, was like, oh, this management lark
This is the most British panel I've ever been on.
It's not me. I manage them.
Oh no, I'm not being humble and modest in any way, shape or form. It literally had nothing to do with me.
Is that single called Tea is Lovely?
Yeah, exactly. And then they fired me because they realised it had nothing to do with me in a very amicable way.
Okay.
And then I met another band through them, which was Toploader, and that was the band that I then managed for 12 years from start to finish. And I saw them first gig, third gig maybe, in a pub in Eastbourne.
Wow.
And then we went from that to all the way to Wembley Stadium. It was pretty good. Pretty good 12 years.
Nice, amazing. Okay, lovely. And Len, what about you? You're on the front line. You're at the coalface of the music industry. You are the performer. How did you start out? Did you start out in New Zealand?
I started out in New Zealand. I don't know. I think there's never a conventional way that an artist starts, but I didn't have much intention to be in music. I wrote, to be quite honest, but I wrote a lot of songs in high school, like angsty, like, teenagery songs.
Yeah.
In high school, and then I didn't do much with them, but I always loved singing, and I kind of grew up in quite a musical family, doing like the school musicals and choirs and stuff. And then I went into my degree. I didn't do music. I did a linguistics degree. Yeah. And then after that, my parents, they actually encouraged me to have a go. And they said, oh, you know, those sad songs that you wrote in your bedroom at school, maybe you should get them recorded so that we can listen to them or whatever. And
this is like the antithesis of every
I know.
else's story.
Get a proper job. I know. I think it's because I did a degree. I think they were like, oh, she's got to back up.
Yeah,
like,
she's
it's
got
fine.
Right. Yeah.
So I think they sort of, I was obviously interested in it and considering it. And so then, I met a guy who, I think he had just started producing, and he had this caravan studio by the beach in Wellington. This is like so New Zealand coded.
Yeah. He just started.
He had like
Give up. I've been here for 30 years. And I'm still in a caravan.
Honestly, the caravan was such a vibe. But it's giving like I was like.
Yeah, that's what he said to you. He was like, "This is success.
Yeah.
This is right."
This is how you do it, actually.
I went round and we sort of like lay out in the garden, like talked about life, and I was like, damn, like the music industry is so chill. Like this is so nice.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I had the most kind of
Sara's having a panic attack.
like entrance.
Who's looking after you here?
Oh no, it was fine. It was great. We were like in the caravan studio, kind of just having a great time. It was sort of, there was rain on the roof, so there was rain in the track kind of vibe.
That's lovely.
Like it was. So
Let's relocate the whole music industry to New Zealand.
Yeah.
This sounds amazing.
I had such a peaceful entrance in, and I think that's probably why I fell in love with it. I think I just had so much fun, and I didn't know that it was an option. I didn't know that you could make your song that was in your head onto something that you could like put on your headphones. I was like completely mind blown by the whole thing. So I was like, wait, this is insane.
Yeah.
And then, I just was
So
like, okay,
why
I'm
did you
doing it.
leave that utopia and come to London?
I have no idea. I've been asking myself that ever since. No, I was kind of already planning to come over to the UK. My dad's side of the family live here. And so, I was always going to move over, and in quite a short space of time, I kind of diverted into pursuing this music career, and it lined up with getting a development contract, a development deal, and I sort of said, well, I've got these flights booked, can I do it over there? And they were like, yeah, sure. So it was quite a quick and exciting beginning, I guess.
Yeah. And even listening to you, I feel calmer. So it's very like
Great.
I'm already getting into the spirit of your music. Well, that actually leads me nicely onto our next section, which is called All in the Record, where we're gonna show you guys a graphic. Basically, we're talking about all the different roles, all the different people that it takes to make a record, which I think perhaps if you're starting to work in the music industry, you might not know even half of these positions. Because obviously we know the artist, we know the kind of record label, we know the manager, but these are all the people behind Man I Need by Olivia Dean.
I think I would like to talk as much as possible about number 12, admin and rights.
Yes, I mean, it is
I
one
think
of the
that'd be
most
fun.
scintillating parts of the business.
Yeah.
But also the one that means that you get paid.
Well-
It's the dull one, but it's certainly the one that allows a lot of these other people to actually make a living.
Absolutely. Where do you think the most proportion of people trying to get into, do you think?
I would say 8.
Which one's that?
And number
Marketing
8,
and
audience.
True.
1,
Yeah.
obviously.
Creative.
Probably 10 and 9. 9 and 10. I don't have to go.
Visuals
I'm
and
going
video, yeah.
anti-clockwise, sorry. Yeah, I think certainly if I look through Cat's Mother, which is lots of young women who want to be in the business side, not be an artist or a singer-songwriter, they're like, I want to be a creative director, I'd like to be in sync, I'd like to make content, I'd like to be a production manager, stylist, etc. Less are saying, can I be an ISRC manager? But I'm very happy to tell you what an ISRC manager
what is
does.
that? I
Please
don't know what that is.
So ISRC codes are the codes that go on every single song that is ever released. And if you don't have it on there, then it can't match up to all the different places that play your music or sell your music or download your music, and therefore you can't get paid.
Okay.
So this very individual
So-
code
Yes.
is
I see.
extremely important. On CDs or on vinyl, you'll see a code on the end of and like really old vinyl, it's like 00001.
Yeah.
And then now they're just all these obviously algorithm generated numbers.
I actually did know about that because my boyfriend had to update his because he's in a band recently and it
Correct.
sounded like a colossal faff.
It
My
is-
attention
it's-
span.
It's once you know how to do it, it's fine. But if you don't know how to do it, it seems very
Yes.
overwhelming.
And Len, what sort of how many people on this diagram? What stage are you at? How big is your
That's a good
team?
question. My team is considerably smaller than this.
I think that's a good thing.
I was just saying, this is making me quite anxious. I actually need to take a photo of this and like call my manager and be like, I think we need to be doing more. But I mean, I do quite a few of these, to be honest.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But I do, especially a lot of my own marketing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have to give credit to my team. Like, although it's small, they do a lot. So my manager does a lot of the kind of admin side, I guess.
Yeah.
And just ensuring, although recently I kind of got really into the admin side because I just wanted to have sort of some of that ownership, and I think that it's useful. I had just finished a project, so I was starting something new, and I wanted to kind of collate everything and just have a good understanding so that going forward I knew that I was getting paid for everything, and
Complete.
and so I kind of
important,
self-audited, and it was really useful for me to just upskill and to learn a lot of these things. So I'm kind of more involved in that now. And recently I have an agent, so they've taken on some of the live and touring, but I think there's a common misconception about having an agent versus having a TM, like a tour manager, who's organising your band and budgets and tours and seeing if things are possible and travel. I do all of that.
Yeah.
And I probably will do all of that for a long time because that's very different. The agent is, getting you the gigs.
Yeah.
And the promoter is sorting out that individual gig.
Yeah.
But yeah, all the internal stuff is quite a lot of work.
Working on a lot of the stuff yourself, even if then you hand it out, just gives you a better understanding of how everything's working together and whether or not you need something. Like even in comedy, myself and Adam, sometimes people are like, you need PR for this or you need production for this, and quite often we're like, actually we've done that ourselves. I don't know if we do need that.
I think it's quite empowering. It's also sometimes you fall into the trap, even early days, and I'm just starting out. I feel I'm just starting out, but sometimes when you get a team, you just become a bit useless. Like you start to, think, oh, I can't do that, or I can't do that, or can you guys sort this? Can you guys sort this? And for yourself, just to feel like you know what's going on and you can check this and give me some of this if we can spread out the workload. I think it's quite useful for your confidence.
Definitely. I think, and that confidence is like, that leads into being a creative. I think that people think that to make artistic work, the ideal is to be in like a little box somewhere, be in a being like, I'm just doing my thing. But
Totally.
I think from doing music a little bit and then being a comedian and then reading things about art, like musicians, like the ones who have the longevity, you get these, you start working with all these different people, but then you understand it and know what to farm out and to keep. And
I would always say when I was managing to the bands that, like, you're not a lawyer, I'm not a lawyer. I want you to read the contract though. Don't just sign it. Like, and ask questions, because you're paying that lawyer quite a lot of money to do that. And you shouldn't be expected, I want you to have the creative space to write the songs, because otherwise none of us have a job. But I don't want you to be thick. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want you to at least be slightly self-aware, so that also in 20 years' time you can't say you made me sign that contract.
Yeah.
Because of that that used to happen ever such a lot.
Yeah.
So I think an awareness is really good. And I think now it's so much easier to be aware and engaged, and like you say, do the things yourself rather than doling out another couple of grand a month to somebody who's doing it for you, who may not do it the way that you would want to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of pluses and minuses, I think, on both sides.
And also at different stages of your career, you will need those people, or you can afford to pay them.
Absolutely.
And great.
Absolutely. But to not know what they do first is, I think, an error.
Yeah.
It helps in figuring out what you want. I remember as well when I started playing live shows, and I'd be interested to hear what you have to say about this, working with a lot of women, just the intimidation of going to a sound check or something, and the sound guy's like, you don't know what you want. I'm like, I don't actually know what I want. And I remember just coming out of one of the sound checks or one of the shows, just thinking, classically working with a guy or a group of guys, and just feeling, like the worst girl in the world. You're just like, oh my God, I don't know anything about anything. And I talked to the mastering engineer that I was working with at the time, and I just said, can you just explain to me really, really plainly, what is going on stage? Because I never learned that.
I think it's very hard in smaller venues.
Yeah.
When the sound guy is doing 3 to 5 different acts a night.
Yeah.
4 to 5 nights a week.
Yeah.
He knows his rig. I'm not in support of
No,
that,
it's true.
I've had major fights with them over the years.
# not all sound men.
Thank you. He's got my back this one.
But then when you get a good one, you're just like,
absolutely.
Thank you so much.
It's really difficult because they know what they're doing. You know how you want it to sound, and inevitably you've got 3.5 minutes to do it. And I don't think there's necessarily a solution to it. Unfortunately, I think it is just one of those things that happens.
I think I wanted to speak their language a bit, learn the vernacular. I just kind of.
But don't expect miracles just because you speak the language.
No.
That's all I'd say.
And if you want to find out any more about the myriad of jobs that you just saw on the screen there involved in making a record, then head over to the How Do You Do website, where you can find out more about each and every one of them. And it's not just the music industry you can find out about on the How Do You Do website. There's thousands of other jobs, tips and advice about any other industry you can think of, so head over there now. Now we're going to go behind the song, specifically Len's song. Let's listen to it first. Roll VT.
I think the first thing that you need to do when you're making any music is you have to live your life a little bit, have an experience, break your heart, fall in love, whatever you need to do, or voice note your friend talking about their breakup. Any way you can sort of get some things to write about. I usually get the dreaded notes app out and record a few things, keep a little diary, start jotting ideas down. So Josh Fountain is a wonderful producer from New Zealand, and we started completely from scratch. I think he had maybe some beats that he was working on. Sometimes you go beat first, sometimes you can go chords first, melody first. Sometimes it's just a lyric that you've been thinking about for a while, and you can start from there. Put something together, start creating a beat and bring in some chords. And then, it's your job to kind of find a nice melody, bring in some ideas. It's hard to explain this part of the process because everyone has a different approach.
I feel better now that I'm not holding myself back.
if things are going well, you've got a song by the end of the day. It's a great feeling, like it didn't exist in the morning and then you walk out of the studio with this little song that you listen to 9,000 times. Yeah, with Better Now, I think we got the whole thing done. We got the whole thing written and recorded in that first day. You come away with a little demo, which is, I guess, a draft of the song. And we had one more session, one more day to finish this track. And we added some strings at that point. My guitarist, Sam Nakamura, genius, added some guitar as well, which sounded great. It gets sent over to the mixing engineer, mixing and mastering, James Kenosha in Hull. I love Hull, shout out Hull.
Len Blake. I endorse Hull. Anyway.
I'll keep craning my neck. I guess he's got what we've made so far, and it's amazing to have fresh ears on it. You want someone to be critical and to think about the general sound, how it's going to sound on your car speakers, on your headphones, on a huge speaker. He's kind of, yeah, he's getting everything balanced and making sure that everything sits really well within the mix. Like, I wish I could tell you what a mastering engineer does. No idea. They just make it sound really good. I think they just turn the volume up. No. It's a craft. It's a beautiful, beautiful craft. Okay, so now we've got our mixed song. It's sounding good. You've gone back and forth. We usually make kind of a bit of a release campaign. So we start to timeline when the song's going to come out and how much lead time the distribution needs to plug it into their systems and hopefully get you on some playlists and get you out there. We usually like to put in the release date and work backwards. We could make a music video for this one as well, which was amazing for marketing. So we made the music video in London, and you've got your press release, which you're going to send to the industry. Press release is like the link to hear the song, the cover art, and a little bit about how the song was made. And then you're just counting down till release day, and then you go to the pub and have a pint. And 10 people listen. No, I'm kidding. I would rather you cry than hide it. Don't know what it feels. So that's the journey of my song Better Now, which is streaming on all platforms. I would rather make mine than buy it. I would rather you cry than hide it. Don't know what it feels like till you try it.
So Sara, you were a manager, now you're in this sort of creative side. It sounds very interesting. I know you said you changed sides of the music industry. How did you do that? It just says here, sleep with everybody. So
yeah,
I think that'd be fine.
There you go.
Perfect.
There you go.
That's how I've got where I am.
How do you think I got it?
Toploader.
I mean, Toploader, there you go.
Yeah.
See what?
What was the
Or
top
bottom loader.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh God.
Oh,
Important not to exclude
Yeah.
the gay community. Come on.
Yes.
Right.
Keep it inclusive, guys.
If somebody wants to get into the sort of more businessy side, what would be your advice to them?
Main advice is to find out exactly all the we've seen how many different roles there are.
Yeah.
And just because you might want to be in the music business, but you might be really good at accounting. An accountant in the music business is still in the music business.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people come in and say they want to, well, like we talked about, be a creative director, be a stylist, whatever. But actually, if not everybody can do those jobs. We see most people coming in want to be in A&R, so signing the acts. They want to be in marketing. They want to be in sync, which is putting the music on film and TV. But there's all these other amazing jobs. And also, if it's a way to get into the business that then allows you to see behind the curtain what actually goes on,
Yeah.
and start to build your network, start to be able to find out what jobs there are that perhaps even aren't on this list. There's it's always ever evolving. Do your research. There's lots and lots of different job boards in the business. There's lots of really good courses, some short, some much more committed, but there's 2 or 3 really good short courses. I'm sure the resources will be on this website. and just find out as much as possible before you get in.
Yeah.
I think that's the main thing. And there are services like Cat's Mother, Small Green Shoots, lots of different enterprises that will help you get into this business.
And I think that's part of it that people forget in the age of being online and social media and all that stuff as well, is the community of it. Like, go to a gig.
Absolutely.
You're going to meet somebody there who
Absolutely. Go
is
to an
just
open
into that.
mic
Yeah,
night
exactly.
is like really especially good, I think, because
Yeah.
everyone's so supportive in those environments,
exactly.
right?
Totally.
Do you find that,
Yeah.
Len? Like, meeting people is basically, I don't want to say half the work, because it makes, I've never networked in my life, but if you're interested in people and if you're in the room.
But also these days as well, everyone is good. I'm thinking of like session musicians or someone you might want to work with. Everyone is really good. And so if you're a nice person and you've seen them at a few events and they always chat to you, you're going to work with them at the end of the day. It's also nice to hear you talk about whichever kind of aspect of the business you're in, you are still in the music industry, because for an artist, if you're going to meet a few different lawyers and one of the lawyers is like, I've listened to your songs, I love this type of music, send me some demos, I'm interested in the whole part of it, which mine did say that.
Yeah.
It makes such a difference, because it's like, at the end of the day, we're still in the business of music, and you would rather work with someone, on your legal team who cares
Absolutely.
about the
Yeah,
product
of course.
itself.
No, completely.
They don't have to be these scary people that don't have anything to do with the
No.
art.
Some of them will. I mean, some lawyers I know are like, it's music.
Yeah.
But they'll
They're
turn,
at the
they'll
gigs.
turn shit down because they don't like
100%.
it.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though then it could be a very big deal for
Yeah.
them. Like, so I don't think
Yeah.
that is. I think if you're in the music business, it's because you're passionate about it.
Totally.
I don't think a lot of people are like, most people I've worked with over all this time have decided to be there because they love music, whatever type of music they're into. And that's, I
it's
love
cool
it when
it's
you're in a
available to
small
you.
indie label and, people are just bring in all their different loves and passions about music. And the fact that they're stuffing envelopes or making the tea or, whatever, doing the ISRC code numbers, whatever they're doing.
Yeah, but it's related to
it's all
something
related to
To
music.
kind of what you were saying before about like, it's when you start, you're doing lots of those little bits
Absolutely.
yourself. So it's just a blowout of that, where you're part of that same creative process. That is
Completely.
like a circle of people doing it. So it's like you are part of that record or that album
Completely.
or that moment, that someone's first dance or whatever.
Yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
still
You're part
you're
of
doing that, whether if you're on that board, which is pretty
No,
nice.
absolutely, and that shows just how many people need to be involved to get that record out there.
Yeah.
And everyone's got a feeling of being part of something.
Yeah, everyone's entrance is different as well. I think that, responding to things on Instagram saying, hey, can I have somebody, come along to a shoot just to assist me? That's the first people you meet. And then that community is going to introduce you to more.
Yeah.
It just expands and expands and expands. And every little project you work on, every producer you work with, every lawyer you meet, everyone, it just like expands your network.
Yeah, yeah.
And
It's a really cliched thing to say, but this business is not what you know, it's who you know. And it always has been.
Yeah.
And despite the internet, despite the sort of regulatory efficiency that it now has, despite all of it, it's still a relationship business.
Definitely.
So that's what I'd always just say, just don't do it on your own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever it
Same
is.
with comedy. I mean, me and
Yeah,
Adam
exactly.
aren't funny. But
We
we're
have a
social.
brilliant accountant.
But you're you're really going to gain the rounds in.
We're really good at drinking. I can't tell you. And is that why you decided to set up something like the Cat's Mother? Because I guess that is a community in and of itself.
Absolutely. There's the woman who founded Cat's Mother is an incredible woman called Natalie Wade, who previously founded another social enterprise called Small Green Shoots, which basically runs these 6 to 12 week courses that are called like the finishing school for the music business.
Oh, wow.
They're really hard to get onto, and you don't have to have any experience in music at all, but you have to really show passion. And once you get into that, you do 2 days a week work experience and in a music environment, in a music business environment, and 3 days a week learning like all the things that you need to do to be in the admin side of things. And she was just seeing that a lot of young women weren't as confident necessarily. We worked predominantly with young women from disadvantaged backgrounds, that they weren't necessarily having the confidence to ask things, and a lot of them felt very isolated. And so it's called the Cat's Mother Network, and it's basically just about building community.
Yeah.
And now we've got, I don't know, 8,000 girls on a WhatsApp group that just chat all day long. I have to mute it because it's too much for me.
It's amazing.
But it is amazing how they're, and they've set up all these little groups within that chat group, and and we've got, I think we've landed over 125 full-time jobs for these people.
That's
and
incredible.
Maybe nearly 200 work experience opportunities. And the industry's really embraced it because they know that us as the founder and the board are very rigorous, that the girls that we want to come through can do what we say that they can do.
Yeah.
And so we send them on lots of courses and stuff like that. But it's predominantly about networking and building up, because it's a horrible thing, networking, and nobody likes it.
No.
And it's really uncomfortable. But it's so important.
Yeah. That's the thing. I think half of it is actually confidence.
Completely.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you've got the skills,
totally.
or you've got the interest, or you've
And
got
also, it's really difficult if you're not in London.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of regional work because we're really aware that, not everybody can, get on the tube and go to something in Shoreditch that's happening that night. Most people can't. So it's about building wherever you can find your community, whether it's online or in real life, is kind of fine.
Yeah, knowing what's available to you. I think that's something that can never be pushed more, is what funding's out there, what kind of initiatives can you be a part of,
Just,
WhatsApp groups, communities
absolutely.
online. Like,
completely.
when I think about when I started, if something like that had been there, it would have been amazing.
Yeah.
My sister and I started together, and when we first released on our own, we were sort of going, okay, let's make it look really legit, we should do like a photo shoot and like make an Instagram. We were like, let's make this really cool.
Yeah.
So that everyone believes us. And we had no idea. Completely no idea, which in some ways was kind of fun. The novelty was
more
just
genuine, isn't
so
it?
there.
Yeah.
But yeah, something like this would have been amazing. And we just cold emailed New Zealand. We were just like, hi guys.
Yeah.
And like,
So that's 12 emails.
exactly.
Right, I guess
It's like,
it's
kia ora. No, genuinely, we should have sat there like, I guess we should just like email Universal. Hi Universal.
Yeah.
And that was us taking advantage of the wonderful community that New Zealand has.
Which is fantastic.
Which is amazing,
Yeah.
and I think that obviously we wouldn't have been able to do that elsewhere. I would always encourage you to cold email, cold call, just you can do that anytime you want. But and that worked out. We sent them the EP that we just released, which in hindsight we probably would have sent it before we released it, but hey.
Whatever.
At least we own it.
It was out. You did it.
And we sort of said, hi guys, we've released this music, and
Yeah.
and Universal got back and were like, come in. And then that was the start of it. So I think sometimes you do have to throw things out there. Shoot your shot. Maybe in New Zealand you can,
Yeah.
but
No, of course.
You can't get a reply, good or bad, if you didn't send the email. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
but
it's-
a kind of something like you were saying would have been really amazing starting out. And so it's good to know that if you are interested in joining what seems like kind of a daunting industry in any part of it, that there are the resources available and you can learn.
And I also think there's a thing of if you can't get in the room, make your own room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which also, by the way, in the age of social media and everyone being like, success and, I'm going to say Huel, like that kind of horrible hustle grind set mentality that I hate. The room that you create will be bad for a long time. But we have played our own rooms to ourselves for years. Yeah. But the point is, nothing is for nothing.
Yeah.
Like you're always going to be
absolutely,
and you'll be having fun in a horrible pub with 4 people telling your new jokes, and you'll come out and have a laugh with your mates about it, and then be like, and then I got signed off honestly the worst gig I did that year, and I was like, that was awful, and then my agent was like, oh, I saw you at that gig, and I was like, really? That gig? That one? That awful one? But it's just like, I think people expect, even if they're starting something up themselves, because there's this kind of very outward, look at me sort of nature of any sort of creative arts at the moment, that it's got to be sort of instantly good. And it's like, no, you'll be bad or you might be bad or you might be good. But like, it takes time to, then you just have the confidence to then go to the next room and be like, hey, listen.
And you can probably do that with like, you know, like thinking about the broader set of jobs on there.
Yeah, I was
Like,
just thinking exactly the same thing.
You
Yeah.
can do that with your mates locally. Like if you're like, I don't want to be a musician, but I want to work around musicians.
Yes.
Like find the best shitty band in your town.
Yeah.
Or they
See-
could even be quite good.
They could be good.
I mean,
They could be good. I forgot
They don't
that.
have
Sorry,
to
don't
be
be silly.
shitty.
Come
I was
on.
just
Make
talking
it
about
realistic.
from my own experience.
I mean, I wasn't going to say
But you know what I mean? Like find somebody who's coming through that you like.
Yeah, completely.
And you know, tell them that you like them. Hang out and like, you know, I've started going to the Windmill in Brixton.
Yeah.
Very small scene. A lot of cool bands have come through there lately and historically.
Yeah.
But there's so many there, and they're and I know that they'll be doing all sorts of things. Like, and there'll be ways that you can sort of be a tour manager for someone, which is
Or do
getting a
some
plus
crazy
one.
merch or
Yeah.
Exactly,
whatever it
making the
is.
merch
Yeah,
or being
yeah.
like, right, I'll help you plan a tour, or and
Yeah.
those things can lead to that. So you can make your own room, I reckon, in a creative sense, not being the thing that's on the stage, being part of it.
Yeah.
with your,
Completely, but also to go back to if you're not creative at all, yet you're passionate about music,
Yeah.
that you want to be the ISRC code
Yeah.
coordinator, that means you're helping all the creatives get to where,
Yeah.
and that's,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it
yeah.
also doesn't mean that you have to do it forever, that you get and work out how it works and then move on to another job.
Totally.
but that
Yeah.
word is a
Inside.
scary word, creative. Like
That's what I mean, yeah,
every,
exactly.
you know,
and there's so
every,
much in the business that isn't creative.
but everyone making this is, you know, to myth bust. There's people behind the cameras.
What the
There's people in there. You know, we're all creating this thing, and like that is creativity. You're putting something out. So like, you can do that in the smallest sense. Would be like, I'm
Absolutely.
not particularly interested in.
Yeah, there's a role.
putting
There's a
music
role
out.
for you in there, and I think that having the confidence to approach the band and say, "I think I can probably help you with this," you'd be surprised that the band needs that. The band
Yeah.
really does, and they will say, "Yes, please help me with that."
Of course.
Oh,
Especially
we
if
have
it's
ma-
free.
Especially if it's free.
Yeah, and
Completely.
don't charge them.
No, don't charge, don't, here's my day rate.
Why would
No,
you
no.
think? No, none of that. None of that.
Now, at the point a song or an album has come into being, it's already been produced, which is a very technical process. I can't understand it. Let's meet someone right at the heart of it all now.
I'm Seb. I am a producer, mix engineer, as well as a recording engineer. I've been working in music for the past 4 or 5 years. Mixing is a blend of getting every single element of the song to work together, making it kind of objectively sound good, making creative decisions that result in little bits of interest that a listener will hear throughout a song but won't necessarily know that that is what makes that song their favourite song. Basically balancing everything together in a song to make it all make sense and that you can hear everything clearly. Found out about mixing from the recording side first and layering things together and seeing how different elements of each song could build to then blend and turn into one song. Yeah, I didn't really think of it at first as like a separate thing, so I always thought, okay, production's the same as recording's the same as mixing, it's all one thing. But actually, the more I kind of looked into it, the more I read, the more I watched, I realised, oh, it's a completely different entity. Mixing, I think, is really important because you wouldn't enjoy music in the same way. If you listen to a song that's not mixed, you'd go, oh, there's something off, but I can't quite put my ear on it. So it's kind of adding all the details, all the tiny moves, things that you could spend hours on that is like 1 second in a song, but is really important to how you perceive that song overall. I think, yeah, if someone was going to start out now, I would definitely say, like, get as stuck in as possible, talk to other people playing music, get involved in bands, get everything as much as possible into music, and don't worry too much about the outcome. Just focus on what you enjoy from it and enjoy experimenting.
Okay, I'm a professional, so here's the next segment. It's called Ask Me Anything. We're each going to put a question to the floor. It can be honest, it can be brutal. You must tell me honestly. My question is actually a very nice question. Whose career would you have if you could emulate anyone's career? I'll start with you first, Adam.
I would like your career. I want to ask these questions. Whose career would I have? Do you know what? There's like I can't think of like a specific person, but maybe there are some people who seem to like be able to do quite a lot of things.
Yeah.
By which I mean that, like, you know, you build up, I guess I'm talking about from the creative aspect here, where you can be flitting between writing a book or doing a live stand-up show or, you know, making a film. I think what that really boils down to is building an audience.
Yeah. That will kind of
Just
trust you with whatever you're doing.
And that can be an audience as small as 1,000 if people really want to see stuff. So I think, that's my answer.
Thank you. So I've said who, and you've said nobody.
I said
okay,
nobody.
Wonderful.
I said you, and then I was like, only joking, obviously.
He said you, and you were like,
that.
no, somebody with an audience, actually.
Yeah. Some of the people I don't hate.
Do you know what? It's actually quite a music person, but the person that always comes into my head is I used to work in magazines for years before I was a comedian, and I worked with Lauren Laverne on a sort of, we weren't allowed to call it an online magazine, it was an online platform, but it was. And I worked with her, and she was great, and I felt like her career is similar to what you're talking about, where she wasn't famous for the sake of being famous, and she wasn't really, you know, she wasn't a celebrity, but she's really interested in music. You know, she's an ex-musician, and she can kind of pivot to then doing basically anything culturally interesting. And then also what I found really interesting was when I was walking through London with her to shoots or whatever we were doing, she didn't get any sort of constant, you know, attention, or like people would say, oh, Lauren, hello, and that was it. It was a nice level of what you'd call fame, but really what it is you've just got a great and interesting career and success.
Yeah.
So I'll say
That's
Lauren.
a really good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Sara?
Joni Mitchell.
Oh yeah,
That's great.
I've just listened to that Legend podcast about her career, and no shits.
Yeah.
Quite.
Yeah.
I mean,
That book
maybe
she
to the
wrote's
point
awesome.
of being a little bit angry with people, but like just did it her way,
Yeah.
and just the talent.
Not
Not that I've ever really wanted to be before. Like I've never wanted to be.
but
I've always liked being behind the scenes. Never had no latent like. Although I've always quite wanted to be a backing singer.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I always thought
Yeah.
like I've
the moves.
right.
Totally.
I've always
Yeah.
quite thought that
What was
would be
that?
good.
That film that like 80 feet from?
I think it's 8 feet or 12 feet from the stage.
Yeah.
Not
80 is a
80,
huge
yeah,
stage.
That would be a
That's the RSC number, people.
classic man making the measurements bigger. Go on.
That looks massive to me.
Cheap shot.
I know
Yeah.
that
was
was
like-
like you said the
that was
goals
like
in
okay.
there.
He's a minority on this couch.
Yeah, exactly. Come on, Pete. Yeah, I'm shit.
Had to put one of those.
Straight white man.
So
getting
yeah,
it.
I think Joni would be
That's
my.
great.
I
Yeah.
think Joni would be my one.
Len,
Yeah.
what about you?
I mean, not to sound totally desperate, but just like anyone's career that like, I don't know, sells shows, like sells tickets.
Yeah.
I want to be on the road. I don't really care how I get. But tell you who I'm obsessed with, and this is not in my particular field. I want Olivia Dean's stylist's career.
Oh,
Simone
yeah.
Bean, shout out. That
Yeah.
woman knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
And I love fashion, and I love like combining it into my music, and I love sewing, and I would love her career.
I love that. We've
'Cause I
all
would just be
chosen people that
surrounded
weren't
by
quite
clothes.
in
Yeah, not
Yeah.
quite to form. Yeah.
Now for a segment called Pitch Over a Pint, where we ask somebody, if you could invent anything in the world, what would it be?
Welcome back to Pitch Over a Pint. Today I'm in Parcel Yard in King's Cross, meeting Harrison to see if he's got the next billion-dollar idea. Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome to Pitch Over a Pint.
Thank you very much.
What's your pitch?
Ready to rumble, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we remember the app BeReal? The social
Of COVID
social
fame.
media COVID fame.
Yeah.
So my pitch would be BeReal, but instead of taking a photo, you have to like snapshot what you're listening to, music-wise. So
Okay.
you get a little window into everyone's, I guess, guilty pleasures.
Do you consent to, or does it just take a photo of what you're listening to
Ideally,
and
would
send
just,
it?
yeah, ideally it would just take it, but that might be a bit tricky privacy-wise of screenshotting people's phones at random times. But
What
that
are,
would be perfect.
what are we calling it?
Real music.
Real music, real people.
There we go. Real music, real people. That's the slogan.
But then you would have people like people in Be Real
I know.
doing intentionally cool things,
Yeah, that
hoping that
baking,
maybe
yeah.
they'd be listening to really cool songs.
Yeah,
So I'm listening to
exactly.
acid trance on a 8 a.m. in the
You weren't listening to Aphex Twin as a gym, Beyond.
You listen to Sabrina Carpenter, and that's
Exactly,
fine.
and that's
the point of
okay.
the app.
That's the point of the app.
What would be like the
Everything.
most criminal thing to get caught listening to?
ABBA at 4 in the 5 at
ABBA at 4 in the morning?
ABBA at 4 in the morning is
Yeah, that's actually
perfect
cool. It's gone
now.
back to cool now.
Yeah, to each their own. So
But that's why the app works, because none of it should be embarrassing.
Exactly. We're entering that phase in music where I think everyone's getting a bit more confident.
Everyone's getting open.
A lot of DJs are dropping Justin Bieber these days, so I'm
true.
extremely here for it.
I love that idea.
Okay,
Okay,
great.
who's it for? Everyone.
It's for everyone. It's for everyone. I'd be as equally interested as what my mum's listening to randomly in the middle of the day.
This is such a good idea. So we need to work on the name. We really need to.
We really need to work on the name. The name's not
Tune,
so hot right
tune. Face the music.
now. Face the music.
Face the music work.
Oh, I like Face the Music.
Quite good.
Pun.
Again, just to recap. Unconsensually, and let's not use that word in the marketing.
That word in the marketing. That's an internal term that we're gonna use.
Unconsensually, every single day, it takes, like an Instagram post,
Yeah.
publishes what you're listening to.
Publishes your
what you're listening
Spotify
to
or
at
Apple
a
Music.
time in the day.
At that exact time. If not, then yeah, your most recent played
Your most
song
recent
maybe.
played.
Yeah.
But you can't. You can't react to other people's.
You can react.
Okay.
There's comment like
Just like Gladiator.
just 4 emojis.
Good. Not a good
crying.
song you're listening to.
A bit of interaction to be had there.
Yeah.
Being like, how embarrassing, James.
Yeah.
Can't
Nice one,
believe.
James.
Nice one, James. Can't believe you're listening to Shania Twain again.
Listening to Michael Jackson in this climate.
And you could go on streaks.
Yeah.
If we're listening to the
Yeah,
same
if you
artist.
listen to the same
The
song every
longest
day.
running Shania Twain streak in the UK. You get like badges, awarded little medal like Strava.
It would be so good.
Congratulate James on his 48-day Shania Twain
And then
streak.
it could be congratulations.
They'll be competing. This is
And then it can
amazing.
be like a new marker of how well a song has done. How well did it do on iTunes? How well did it do on Spotify? How well did it do on Off the
record. Boom. Really well.
It did really well.
well.
Harrison, thank you so much for joining me for Pitch Over a Pint.
You're very welcome. I've really enjoyed it.
I love your idea.
Thank you.
Genuinely. I'm going to buy it when it comes out.
I feel like you might steal it, but you know, we'll sort that out.
We'll see. Let us know if you buy it. If you pay £9.99 for that app on iTunes.
I would.
I would as well.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Now we move on to our final segment, which I have tentatively called Rider or Die. Don't be scared. It is one question and one question only, which is, what is the weirdest, best, strangest, one that sticks out in your mind the most, rider request you've ever heard of or had to deal with on the road? Adam, what's yours?
Well, I heard of, from Stuart Lee. He had Dave Chappelle. He was doing a show after Dave Chappelle, but he overrun Dave Chappelle, and he had, I think it was somewhere between 20 and 40 rotisserie chickens for him and his crew. Like, didn't eat them all, obviously. That's too many chickens.
Seriously?
But yeah, that was that's a pretty crazy ride. There's a lot of chicken.
That is a lot of chicken.
Yeah.
That's too much.
You just got to
Down
chuck
to,
things
yeah.
on your rider and just see what
Just
comes
see
through.
if it happens.
But if you're Dave Chappelle, it will come through.
Yeah, let's have it.
Exactly.
Sarah, what about you?
Puppies.
I
Mariah
was going to say
Carey.
puppies.
Yeah, sorry,
Puppies
but it
are-
is Mariah Carey.
Iconic.
Puppies.
Does she always?
I don't think it's always. I don't care if it was just once. I just think it's brilliant.
Amazing.
That's so
That's
good, isn't it?
amazing.
And they did it. MTV, I believe it was. Lots and lots of puppies.
Incredible. Len, what about you? You were going to say puppies.
Puppies.
Sorry.
Another one I heard. That's okay. Another one I heard was people just asking for one color M&M.
Oh
Good.
yeah,
They
that's
asked
the
them to
classic
pick them
Spiner's
out.
hat.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's, yeah. That kind of vibe.
And I want to get to the level of fame where I'm doing that.
And like huge plates of like crustaceans, lobster, oysters.
Do you want that before you go on stage?
Yeah.
Bit of heroin, off you go.
Yeah, a little bit of heroin as well.
Seafood platter and a big
Some
dollop
gig.
of smack.
Only
Sorry, I don't know if it's the is it the scallops or is it the smack that's made me feel a little bit.
I've heard some people say
Oof.
that they only want one certain shade of wall colour. They get them to paint the walls.
And you
of
feel like
the
saying,
green.
the venues we play in, if it's got a wall in the green room, I'm like, fantastic.
Then that's something.
Shielded.
If it's not like covered in
Yeah.
everybody's signature, then I'm
Yeah.
like,
I heard from somebody that I know who is a member of their family, used to be tour manager, that she had to sleep with someone before she went on stage. That's a literal ride.
that's the best one.
good.
That is the best
the
one.
most
great.
Isn't it? Yeah.
That is.
That's
by
how
far
she
the best
rejuvenates
one.
her skin.
Kids, for anyone getting into the music industry, that's what a rider is.
Right on the young.
Succubus.
Have we even explained what a rider is?
Oh yeah, it's something you want in the green room.
It's when you shag a member of your staff.
The cameramen are looking so
Like we're at
nervous
the
now.
end. I don't know.
The camera's not shaking.
Oh God. It was all going so well.
It was going so well. On that note, I think
composed.
we've all learned something here today, and that's not to have Adam on a show. This has been How Do You Do? Thank you to Adam Flood.
Thank you.
Thank you to Sara Lord.
Thank you.
Thank you to Len Blake. I've been Alexandra Haddow. If you want to get more information about the themes and the jobs discussed here today, or if you want to check out more live jobs in the music industry right now, head over to howdoyoudo.co.uk.